This is a quick demonstration of the Alt-C conference demo that we have. And if we enter the elevator, there are 3 floors we can choose from. First one is the physics experiment floor. Doors close and we wait. When the doors open, we end up here on the moon.
The gravity on the moon is about 1/6 the strength of Earth's gravity. On the moon, you would weigh only 16% of your weight on
So this is a perfect place to demonstrate some physics experiments. So with the moon's gravity and a basketball, obviously the weighting is a little bit different. So the demonstration allows us to switch gravity on the fly. So I can switch to Earth's gravity and you'll notice the basketball behaves differently. Take an object, switch the gravity to 0 gravity, and it should just float in the air. And what this gives us a chance to have a look at is the way that objects with different shapes and different masses, how they behave in 0 gravity, the impact of force in different parts of the object. This example, I've got a bowl with some bouncing balls in them, and this is how they would behave on the moon. But if we go in and we put some other objects in here, turn off the gravity, we can experiment with how different objects behave and interact with one another. So it just gives us an opportunity to play with different objects in different levels of gravity and see how it behaves. Quite an interesting sandbox experiment. So let's go on to the next floor, which is the digital forensics floor.
In this scenario, you are required to identify items that would be processed as evidence in a serious fraud crime scene.
So the objective with this one would be to allow students to walk around the space just looking at items and deciding whether those items would be useful to be gathered as evidence in a digital forensic crime scene. So things like, for example, a mobile phone or a digital camera, those are obvious items. But what this does is gives the students the ability to explore an environment and then based on what they're seeing, identify items as being of value in terms of evidence. It also gives them the opportunity to seek around the environment, looking for items. What are most common places that an item might be located? So, for example, where are USB sticks quite often placed? Where would a digital camera be stored? And so on. So it gives them the ability to, based on what they're seeing at that point, evaluate their knowledge of the list of digital evidence items and proceed from there. Once they have selected all the items they think should be collected, they can press the check button and see their score. Once you're done, as part of the conference demo, you can then return back down to the Alt-C conference.
Welcome back to the Alt-C conference.